So advanced capital budgeting decisions. What is sensitive analysis in capital budgeting? Sensitive analysis. So do capital budgeting for a financial year. This much is the income we are going to accrue. This is the expenses we're going to do. On that expenses, there may be variations based upon the environmental variables, environmental risk, business market risk. That is the sensitive analysis. What will be changes we do? That is the thing. A sensitive analysis is a tool that hands the firms to analyze the change in the project of net present value and internal return rate of return for a given on this one of the variable. This shows the measure of sensitivity rotation due to change in the values of one or more parameters. Feature sensitive analysis shows how the sensitive project net present value and internal rate of return due to change in particular variable. It takes on the estimate error by using a number of possible outcome of evaluation project. It provides various cash flow estimates under the following um, pessimistic, expected, optimistic. So sensitive analysis concepts. Sensitive analysis starts with the base case scenario that is most likely or expected when the management determines the estimate of the key primary variables from which it is calculated the base value net present value. When the while keeping all the variables equal, this base case values each variable is charged by the certain percentage below and above of its base case value. That is an pessimistic and optimistic estimate. The result change in net present value can be given with a picture of possible variation of sensitive net present value in the given risk variable which is estimated. Steps identify the variables which has no effect on the project of net present value and internal rate of return. Define the mathematical relationship between the variables. Analyze the implication of the changes to each of the variable to the net present value and IER. Advantages. The sensitive analysis is useful to identifying the crucial variance that would be contribute the most of the riskness in the investment. It shows how bad the misestimates a variable can be before investment before unacceptable. It helps understand the project of this total, guide the decisions makers, and concentrate only on the related variables. Disadvantages. The sensitive analysis does not provide the estimate for likelihood of each possible result. Examining the effect of change each variable is isolated and the less meaningful when there is an interdependent among these variables. It may be double count of the risk if one uses a risk rate adjusted discount rate. In adding estimate of variable may be serially depend upon time as the forecast error in 1 year may propagate the higher error in the sequence year, causing greater impact of NPV. Use different values of uncertain variables purely on ad hoc basis of unscientifically. It is assumed that variable to be completely underrated is vague and misleading. Yeah. Example, the variable there. One example, one variable employee may they may cost what higher salary. The indirect variables PF ESI. A second, the cost of material is going to increase. So that may increase two things. Scrap material also going to increase from the same raw material. Second thing, raw material is going to value is going to increase. The catalyst of the product also going to increase. Yeah, because based upon the dam. Then if the raw material is going to increase, the cost of the sale also going to increase. The three variables are there. Then second thing, they're going to be increasing electricity charges. What are the going to what are the things going to affect? First, EB bill. Second, when electricity is going to increase, then diesel price, fuel price, power cut is will be there. We're going to depend on how will the alternate source of current, alternate investment. What is that using? How will you can because fuel price, electricity prices increasing, we may think of putting our own power plant. The power plant can produce electricity for us, right? So then the investment power plant will also indirectly increase because of their they will see the opportunity cost. Um, such a way, that's not a great details. One cost may significantly affect other cost, indirectly affect other costs, maybe directly linked, indirectly linked. The linkage can't be found in some cases, but linkage, some variables can be identified in some cases. Some political party may comes up, they may vote new rule. Example, in India, they're thinking of coming with the employment hours of 13 hours per day. 13 hours a person need to work a day. Try to work 13 hours a day. So that is efficiently working 13 hours a day. Then how many hours you need to sleep? 8 hours you need to sleep. That's the average time a person need to. So 8 plus 13, 21 hours. How much hours he has for his life? 3 hours. This is what they say. 13 hours you need to work. Alright, steps of stimulation analysis. The model of the project. The model shows the relationship of net present value parameter on exogenous variables. The parameters of input variables specify the decision makers are held constant over the all simulation runs. The exogenous variables are the input variables, which is stochastic in nature outside the control of decision makers. The specific values of parameters of probability distribution and exogenous variables. Select the value of random and probability distribution each of the exogenous variable. The net present value corresponding to the randomly generated value is exogenous variables or a pre-specified parameter variables. So repeat the 3 and 4 stages secondly, and the large number of times to get the large number of simulation 10% value. Plot frequently to distribute 10% value. Okay, is to get the simulation analysis. So, for example, you want to give an simulation of what will be the sales of this amount or sales of 1 lakh rupees, cost is this much, variable cost is much, fixed cost is much, how much profit I can get. So, increase the sale, increase the fixed cost. So, that is the thing. Variable, how can I get the optimum revenue, optimum profit, where I can have a input is less, output is more. That's it. The following are the estimates of the net cash flow of the probability of new project. So, in particulars, in where probability 30%, probability 50%, probability 20%. Initial investment 4 lakh, 4 lakh, 4 lakh. I estimated net after tax cash inflow year 1 to 5 year is 1 lakh, 1 lakh 10,000, and 1 lakh 20,000. Estimated salvage value after tax of after 5th year 20,000, 50,000, 60,000. Okay. Required your rate of return as project is 10%. Expect on a net present value of the project, best case of the worst case of net present value, probability occurrence of the worst case. If the cash flow perfectly dependable over time and dependent over time, independent over time. Standard deviation, coefficient variation, assuming that there are three streams of cash flow, which is the present of the column, the table, and the given probability. Coefficient variation of the average project, which is 0.95 and 1 percentage. Coefficient and variation. Okay. Coefficient variation project is found to be less riskier than the average 100 basis points is reduction from the company cash cost of capital. Should the project be accepted by X Limited? Hmm. Expected cash flow year one to four, year five. So net cash flow, present value 10%. So cash flow 4 lakhs. Cash flow 4 lakhs, 4 lakhs. Then what is it doing is 1 lakh 3 percentage, 1 lakh 10 lakh 5,000, 0.5 percentage, 1 lakh 20,000, 0.2 percentage. Okay, totally if you add it, you get 1 lakh 9,000. Present value of this is 3.6%. As a 10 percentage now, you put that now, you will add 1.3%. Present value is 3, 3 lakh 95,000. So 1 lakh 9,000 plus salvage value 20%, 20,000 into 0.3, 50,000 0.5, 60,000 0.2. You get 1 lakh 50,000. On the present value, 50 year present value is 0.65, you get 94,000. So 345 plus 94 minus 4 lakh 39,000 profit. Okay. So NPV is the worst case scenario. Second question. The best case and worst case of NPV. Best case. So 1 lakh into 3.75. Now 3.7 also value change accordingly. And 20,000 into 0.621 is 12,000. 4 lakhs minus 3 lakhs 79,000 plus 12,000 is 30,000 loss. In the best case, 4 lakh plus 1 lakh 20,000 into 3.75 is best case now. 20% probability, it is 30% probability. Do you want to calculate? How can we calculate this? 1 divided by 1.1.92, 1 divided by 1.1 divided by 1.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3.79. 3.791. 3,79,000 minus out of 1 lakh, because this is 1 divided by 1.1 whole square, plus 1.1.1 the whole square plus 1.1.1 whole cube. So that is arithmetic of this is, so this is the what happening. So there is a formula for this, for getting 5 year consistently formula. That is, if I remember, so arithmetic aggression. Arithmetic aggression, there is a formula for this. I should take that formula. Um, into 1 by r into, and we will get, and the same time net present value for this is for 1 lakh review 1 lakh, and this last year 6 is 0.61, well 0.61 20,000 salvage value now. You will get, so 3 lakh 71,000 of 4 lakhs output, first year output, minus 3 lakhs, you get 12,000 salvage value at last. And then 4 lakh output, 1 lakh 20,000 into 60 plus 60,000 is 92,000 profit. So this is the worst case scenario. Requirement probability at point 0.3. The requirement probability at 0.5 percentage is 50 years 0.03. The required probability is zero point 0.3. How you say the probability occurrence of worst case scenario is 0.3, 0.3, and the probability over time is 0.03. Okay, they have into 5. Okay, the best case of NPV, the standard deviation, or third point on probability of occurrence of worst case. The cash flow is zero point 0.3 worst case because we have loss. So, and the independent over time is zero point 0.5. Okay, how they coming up? I don't know. We'll see. And fourth, the standard deviation coefficient variation, assuming that there is an only three stands of cash flow, what represent each of the column, a table, and the given probability. So present value of minus 4 lakhs, 1 lakh 10,000 into 0.3 thousand, 50,000 into zero point 0.7 plus the scrap value, we have 47,000 profit. So ENVPT is, zero point 0.3 into minus zero point 0.5 into 47, 0.90 into zero point 0.2. We get 39,000 series. The standard deviation is of the same thing. You put the probability of zero point 0.3, that is this, zero point 0.3 into minus 38 plus 39 whole square plus zero point 0.5 into 47,952 minus 39, plus is 92 minus 13 the whole square. You will get 35,800. This is standard deviation. Is variation in standard deviation. Limit time is variation and division. Therefore, CV of 35,800 divided by 39 is 90% probability will get. Okay, the risk adjusted probability, the coefficient variation of the X limiter is the average point on which ranges 95 to 1%. The coefficient variation probably is found to be less risky than the average. The higher base point is deducted from the company cost of capital. Should the project accept it? This question. The net risk of the capital is X means 10% or 1%, 9 percentage. Why? Okay. In the year of expected cash flow minus 4 lakhs 1. So it became present value become 9%. 9% na 4 lakhs 109. That is the 109. How you should 109 put in that is a 10% probability. This is 109. We are taking from this 109. Out of this, we are putting 9% probability outcome. So 1.9 now 383 and out of 50 year 1,52,000. This out of this 0.65 it's 16 98.80. So total net present value is 51.851. The project should be accepted. Very good. Okay, very good. Next limited is considered a project for which the following estimates available. Initial cost 10 lakhs, sales per unit 60,000, cost unit 40, so இதில் 20 rupees profit வருது. Sale volume is 20,000, 30,000, 90,000. Okay, discount 10% per annum. You are required to measure sensitivity of the project relation to sale price per unit. Okay, cost unit, sale volume, initial outlay, project lifetime. Taxation may be ignored. Okay, but net present value, outflow 20,000, 20 per profit, 30, 30 per profit. Now, how you put 1.1 because 10% discount rate, 1.1, 1.21, 1.31. You get 10 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 56. So, totally 3 lakhs profit for the total project. Correct? Measuring sensitivity of the following sale price unit na, let the sale price unit is so that the project would be break even with zero NPV. So what is the sale price? That is at what point we get the total cost. So 10 lakhs when we will recover. So we don't know the 40%, 40 rupees, 40 rupees, 40 rupees is the thing. So we want to find this. Some point will get zero. That is 10 lakhs actually. So 10 lakhs is equal to 20,000 into S minus its cost. S minus its cost 1.3. So yes, 40 by 10 lakhs and divided by 6 goes 15.56. At 55.25 representing it is 60 rupees minus 50.26. You will get 55.46. That is 7.9 percentage. We get the sale unit cost. Alternative method S20 is equal to this. Okay, no problem. Sale price decrease by 10 percentage. Mm. Second question, unit cost. The sale decrease by 10 percentage. Net present value 6%, 54. So 54 right now, 14, 14, 14. The profit only we will have. Then the net present value decreases by 126 percentage. Okay. Oh my God. Unit cost now the sale value is 6 price. The cost price required to give the amount is 15.26. So sale amount is 44.74, which represent the increase in 14 percentage. That is how 40 what's the 40 price? 44.74 divided by cost 40 divided by 40 into 100 out of the 40 is equal to 4 point by 4.474 40 rupees 11 percentage. That is the unit cost increased by 10 percentage. Net present value that is 16. You will increase NPV decrease. Net present value will decrease by 84 percentage. Because how you get 320 minus 48,000. Where you get 3 lakh 20,000? We have 300,000 here. Yeah, net present value. Net present and 3 lakh 20,000 minus 82,000 now multiply. 84% net present decrease. Sale volume. The percentage of a percent fall. For 3 lakh 10,000 by 13% is 23 percentage of the total sale. The sale value say 10% decrease by 10%. Net present value will they 18 10% 20,000 to 20, we are reduce from 20,000, 27,000, 27,000. Now the same process we put now, we will get 1,79,000. What is the profit? But what is the actual profit? 3,18,20,000. So 3,20,000 and 42% at the decrease in present value decrease. Same the NPA flow remains 13 lakhs. Initial outlay must also be same percentages. 3 lakh 10,000 of 10,000 is 31 percentage. If the initial outlay increase by 10 percentage, so 20,000, 30,000, 30,000, but rather than 10 lakhs, it becomes initial outlay 10 lakhs plus another 11 lakhs. If you get 2 lakh 10,000, 2 lakh 10,000, 3 lakh 10,000 is 32 percentage, net present value is decreased. Okay, present value for first 2 years. Present value first 2 years now 10 minus 10 lakhs 40,000 4 lakhs all over 4 lakhs because sale we have now profit 20,000 into 20 40,000 20,000 into 60,000 X lakh into present value 10% 10% bottom now the outlay of 10 lakhs is 1 lakh 40,000 last week the project need to run some part of time to third year so that the present value return 1 lakh 40,000 can be computed as follow so 30,000 20.7 4 lakh 50,000. That 4 lakh 50,000 per day production, 1,200. So how much 1,200? 112 days. So the project runs 2 year, 112 days to break even point to achieve. Oh my God. Very good. That's a good question. How long it will take to recover the cost? That is the question. Hmm. DL service is a business providing home service of plumbing, sewage, and cleaning limited. This is a proposal before the company purchase a mechanized sewage cleaning, for some 20 lakhs. The life of machine is 10 years. And the present system of the company is used to manual labor of job is to provide the information. Cost 20 lakhs, depreciation 20 percentage. Straight line basis. இப்போ 5 இயர்ஸ் தான் இருக்கும். ஓகே. ஆப்பரேட்டிங் காஸ்ட் 5 லேக்ஸ் பெர் ஆனம். மேனுவல் லேபர் 200 பெர்சன். காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் மேனுவல் லேபர் 10,000 per person per year per annum. Company has an after-tax cost of 10% per annum. The applicable rate of tax includes surcharges 35%. Based upon the and surcharges based upon the requirement state whether the advisable to purchase the machine, compute the savings additional cost of the machine. So what are 220,000, 20 lakhs, cumulative annuity factor 6.6% by 5 years. 5 years on a machine life 10 years. 10 years now. That is 1.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. एक minute. So 6.144, how it has came over? அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, it is 1 divided by 1.1 plus 1 divided by 1.1 the whole square. Likewise, it goes for 1 divided by 1.1 the whole power 10. It's all we add now, we get 6.1446. Okay, present value of the flow, cash flow for the present value of cash outflow for the year for last 10 years at 10% is 1 crore 22 lakhs. How do you come up with this? 0.66 into 20 lakhs into this, we'll get this answer. Okay. Tax benefit at 30% of 10 10 years into 30% into 35.35 percentage about 43 lakhs. So net cost over 10 years is 79 lakhs. Okay. In the machine purchase na 20 lakhs, depreciation 4 lakhs, annual cost of operation 5 lakhs. So we'll get present value of 10 years is depreciation is climbable na 4 lakhs 9 lakhs. Mm, 30, 72, 300 divided by 6.1446 bottom na for 5 lakhs. So annual cost of operation 5 lakhs. Okay. 5 lakhs into 6.1446 bottom na 13 lakhs. 30 lakhs and 10%, 10 lakhs. The net operation is 19 lakhs. The annuity factor of 5 years is 10 percentage. That is depreciation rate. Yeah. 5 at 10, but at the 50 year is at the 5 years at 10%, 3 lakhs 70,000 tax savings 30%. How you get 3 lakhs at 10%? So 100 by 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.25, 6.2, 379, 08, 379, 08, 47, 2.6, 0.2. And to factor for 5 years 10 percentage is point. Other 30% bottom depreciation at 35% tax saving depreciation is 5 lakhs. Outflow mission 20 lakhs. Tax savings 5 lakh 30,000. Mm. So machinery cost 14 lakhs. Operation cost of 10 years 19 lakhs. Total cost of machine over 10 lakh 30 lakhs. Total savings 34 plus 19 40. 44 lakhs. Total savings 45 lakhs. Since savings 45 lakhs is advisable to for to consumption. Depreciation, present value of depreciation, depreciation of machine 5 lakhs. Okay. 5 lakh 30,000, 712 divided by 35 percentage, 15 lakhs plus 379, 08, 1996, 955. Operating cost corrected. Annuity factor of 5 years at 10 percentage. 5 years. 5, depreciation 4 lakhs. 4 lakh divided by 1. Direct divided by 1. 3 lakh 36,000. 2 lakh 70,000. Stuck ಆಯ್ತುನಾ? Annuity factor of 5 years at 10 percentage. Cost of machine 20 lakhs. Depreciation, annual cost of operation. Factors giving the net operating cost to 19 lakhs. Annuity factor for the 5 years to 10 percentage. Tax saving and depreciation. But tax saving on depreciation at 35%. 1,30,007 35%. 15 lakhs 16,000. The total thing is 1996 in 5 the 4 lakh 80,000. Operating over 19 lakhs. Tax saving by 90,000. What? Define how? Okay. In the calculate the incremental cash flow in the mechanized cleaning is 5 years. Annual savings in operation 15 lakhs, less the depreciation 20 percentage. Taxable incremental value 11 lakhs. Depreciation at 11 lakhs in 30 percentage. After total annual increment 7 1. After annual depreciation 4 lakhs, 11.19. Present value factor is at 5 years at 10%, 3.79. Nickel value is 3.7 lakhs. Present value 5-year incremental is 3 into 42 lakhs. Actual 15 lakhs. Depreciation கிடையாது. And then after 35 percentage 9 lakhs. Present value is 106 is 2 lakhs. Present value is 22 lakhs. Aggregate present value of all 1 to 10 years is 65 lakhs. Initial 20 lakhs. And present value 45.17. That way is to purchase a machine line. Mm. Okay. Upon action into the company has a old machine having a book value zero, which is sold for 50,000. Company thinks to choose one of the following: the income additional cost 10 lakhs to upgrade the old existing machine, to replace the old machine with the new machine of 20 lakhs plus a 20,000. Both proposal. So the efficiency is going to be same. So initial cost 10 lakhs, initial cost place the old machine 20 lakhs, but we have a receipt 50,000. If we addition if we can be sold 50,000 sold, you can't be do this. We can do this initial investment. Useful life 5 years, salary is 1 in nil. What is the rate of return? So expected tax profit on old existing machine 5 lakhs. Mm, yeah. So old existing machine, upgraded machine, new machine. So existing machine 5 lakhs plus 50,000. Okay. Then second year 10,000, 90,000 rupee. Yeah, 5 lakh 80,000 to be. Yeah, okay. New machine 6 lakh for 6 lakhs. Yeah, old existing machine, upgrade the machine. New machine. 30,000, 90,000 plus 40,000, 60,000. Company following strictly method depreciation, claim value 15%. Cost of capital 15%, present value 15%, advice company. So cost of upgrading 10 lakhs. Okay. In the case of new machine install, cost of 20 lakhs plus additional cost of 50,000, cost of 20,000. Disposal of old version 40%, bottom of 30% of the row. Bottom not 1 2 lakh 20,000 is the total cost. Depreciation if the machine is upgraded 10 lakhs into 5 2 lakhs. Depreciation if new machine is installed 4 lakhs 1,000. Old existing book minus book value 0, so no depreciation. Cash inflow after taxes. Old machine 5 lakhs. 5 lakh 540 580 620 50. Okay. The earnings after tax on the 5 lakh 5 lakh 50,000 550 90 has extend 650. Want 80. Depreciation to because and cash flow after tax in the Alpana 79892. Incremental 2 lakh 50,000 2 lakh 50,000 2 lakh 50,000 40. Okay. Catlin. After tax 640 640 90 70 90 80. Okay. New machine 4 lakh 10,000 depreciation add பண்ணியாச்சு. பிஸ்னஸ் ஆட் பண்ணோம்னா 10 lakhs 10 lakh இன்க்ரிமெண்டல் இதுலேருந்து இவ்வளோ எவ்வளோ வந்துருக்குன்னா 5 lakh 10 5 lakh 10 5 lakh 21 15 years அப்கிரேடட் மிஷின் நியூ மிஷின் ஸோ 2,50,000 2,50,000 அதை ஆட் பண்ணிக்கோ இங்கே 5,10,000 ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ 15% 15% போட்டால் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணால் 5,18,000 15% போட்டு மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணோம்னா 17 lakhs ஸோ டோட்டல் ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ 8 lakhs total present is 17 lakhs cash outflow 10 lakhs cash out 20 lakhs so net present value is 1,19,000 net present value is 2,90,000 so the acquisition cost including installation cost is 20 lakhs salvage value is 30,000 2,20,000 and the net present both the proposed negative the company should continue with the existing old machine old சேல் பண்ண வேண்டாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டாங்க முடிஞ்சு போச்சு XYZ limits are required equipment costing 10 lakhs and same is utilized for 5 years. It is two financial option. Arrange a loan for 10 lakhs and interest 13% per annum. The loan may be repaid in 5 equal years and installment the equipment can be sold at the end of 5 years at 1 lakh rupees salvage. Releasing the equipment for 5 years and yearly rental of 3,30,000 payable at the year. Rate at depreciation 15 percentage, income to 30 percentage, discount at 12 percentage. Option 1 interest rate 13% interest rate correct. Arrange the loan for 10 lakhs 10 lakhs that is 1,000 then after you pay equal installment so 8 lakhs 12 lakhs with 13 percentage 1 lakh 50,000 so 10 lakh 13 percentage 1 I interest calculation தப்பா இருக்கு and non payable in 5 equal year and installments okay equipment sold in the 5 years and 12 percentage rate of interest and how do you get interest 10 8 lakh, yeah, 8 lakh for about 6 lakhs into 13% 78,000 then 4 lakhs 2 lakhs no scale value depreciation வந்து 15% return on value method so how 10 lakhs into 15 percentage 1 lakh 15,000 minus 8 lakh into 15 percentage 10 lakh minus 15,000 8 lakh 15,000 into 15 percentage 12 lakh 1 lakh into 15 percentage 1 lakh 8,000 minus into 15 percentage 90,000 into 15 percentage 92,120 minus 70,000 okay இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டும் ப்ளஸ் டெப்ரிசியேஷன் போட்டோம்னா 2,80 231 இது டாக்ஸ் ஷீல்டு இதில் வந்து டாக்ஸ் ஷீல்டு வந்து 35% இதில் கிடைக்கும் பிகாஸ் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஆல்சோ வி டோன்ட் நீட் டு பே டாக்ஸ் டெப்ரிசியேஷன் ஆல்சோ வி நீட் டு பே ரீபேமெண்ட் வந்து 2 lakhs 2 lakhs 2 lakhs 2 lakhs 2 lakhs நெட் அமௌண்ட் இஸ் 1 plus 5 minus 4 2 lakhs minus thing plus 1 lakh 30,000 so we get this amount why interest and depreciation repayment is one interest plus repayment what is it this is the interest original interest by principal pay minus tax shield on the tax shield we want to pay tax so this is the net present value 2,30,000 அதில் வந்து net present value 232,000 divided by 1.12 So 1.12 square, 1.12 cube, 1.123, 1.124. We'll get this value. So if all be added together, the scrap value 1.126,000. The net present value is 7,15,000. 7,50,000 is the net present value of this whole income. Lease rental is 3,30,000 every year. Tax shield is 3,30,000 on a outflow is how much is 7,80,000 into 3.5 3.599. Why 3.559? Because present value is 12 percentage for 5 years. Uh, then 3.7 lakh 17,000. So present value is outflow is lower than borrowing option. So XYZ should avail the loan and purchase equipment. Outflow தான் கம்மியா இருக்கு. அவுட்ஃப்ளோ கூடுதலா இருக்கு. QM Limited is considering two mutual exclusive A and B project. Project cost 36,000 and project B 30,000. You have given below the net present value. Project A, project B probability கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. Net present value ஓட project cost. Compute the expected net present value of project A, project B. Compute the risk related to each of the project standard deviation, each probability. Compute the probability index each variable, which project should be recommended. ஸோ ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஏ ப்ராஜெக்ட் பி ரெண்டு கொடுத்தாச்சு ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ கொடுத்துட்டாங்க ப்ராபபிலிட்டி எக்ஸ்பெக்டட் எவ்வளவு இதில் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி போட்டோம்னா வில் கெட் டோட்டல் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ ஒன் தென் கம்ப்யூட்டேஷன் ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் டிவிஷன்னா ப்ராபபிலிட்டி இன்டூ என் ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ எக்ஸ் மைனஸ் எக்ஸ் ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் வேல்யூ போத் ப்ராஜெக்ட் இஸ் 9,000 தான் ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஏ போட்டு ப்ராபபிலிட்டி இது போட்டோம்னா ஸோ த ஆவரேஜில் வந்து யூ சப்ராக்ட் த ஆவரேஜ் எக்ஸ் இன்ட்டு ஆவரேஜ் போட்டோம்னா அந்த ஸோ வந்து ப்ராபபிலிட்டி இன்ட்டு ஆவரேஜ் ஹோல் ஸ்கொயர் அப்புறம் 1,90,000 இன்ட்டு ஸ்கொயர் ரூட் போட்டோம்னா 449 அதே மாதிரி அந்த இதோட மீன் வாட் இஸ் த மீன் த மீன் இஸ் 9,000 ஸோ 9,000 மைனஸ் 15,000 9,000 மைனஸ் 12,000 9,000 மைனஸ் 6,000 9,000 3,000 you'll get the you'll get the standard deviation. The standard deviation ஸ்கொயர் பண்ணோம்னா வேரியேஷன் கிடைச்சிடும். It's a mid range. What is the variation? இந்த வேரியேஷன் இந்த ஆக்சுவல் வேரியேஷன் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்? This is whole square பண்ணணும். The whole square into probability. Whole square probability போட்டோம் you get the variance. Variance is whole square பண்ணோம் standard deviation வந்துடும் 37,000. So actually 9,000 ல 37,000. So the computation of probability of the project is 9,000 is actual variation EV. Plus 36,000 cash flow. 36,000 cash flow எங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சோம்? Cost 30,000, other 30,000. So 9,000 plus 9,000 plus 36,000 and 40% and 1.15. In the case of competition probability for each project, 9,000 to 36,000, 30,000 more than 1.3. So profitability index is the measuring the risk and made by the possible variation of outcomes around expected இது வந்து 3,000 this 7,000. Variation outcomes this expected value of the decision should be taken the view of variation expected where two projects were same expected value. The decision should be project at a smaller variation expected value. This selection is one of two project A and B. B is preferred because the possible profit which may occur subject to less variation. Such a higher risk is lying in project A. Project A higher risk முடிஞ்சிச்சா? Mr. XY has under the consideration project as initial investment 1 lakh. Three probable cash flow scenarios are there. with the probability annual cash flow 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Probability 1%, 7%, and 20%. Um, so the project life is 5 years, returns 20%. Estimated terminal value of this project is 3 probability is 0, 2, and 30%. Net probable net present value, worst case of n%, and best case of n% net present value. Say the probability occurs worst case and the cash flow, the probability zero point 0.1, zero point 0.7, zero point 0.2 போட்டுக்கோ and total. இயர் ஜீரோல வந்து ப்ராபபிலிட்டி ஒன்னில் என்னது ப்ராபபிலிட்டி ஒன் அதோட கேஷ் 20,000 70,000 அண்ட் ஒன் லேக் போட்டோம்னா ப்ராபபிலிட்டி 10,000 70,000 டோட்டலே 1 லேக் அண்ட் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி ஒன்னோட ரிட்டர்ன் எவ்வளவு பெரிய 20,000 இது 0.7 into 3 30,000 21,000 0.2 into 4 40,000 8,000 1 2 4 8,000 40 8,000 so 8,000 8,000 8,000 0 14,000 so 5,000 0 this net present value is 14,000 6,000 total and 20,000 is the net present value. The net present value based on the expected cash flow as follow. Total cash flow எவ்வளவு 31,000 so out like 1 lakh 31,000 into 20 percentage where 20% came over 20 percentage came over why 20% came over how did 20% came over the scenario desired project is 20% so 20,000 by 31,000 where annual 31,000 divided by the 1.20 percentage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottom na total cash flow. What is the total net present value of the total project is 746 rupees. It's the net profit of the whole project. The worst case scenario of the flow of the cash flow it will faster from the left using the net present value. 10,000 for the worst case scenario is 0.1%. Na? So 10,000, 2,000 revenue, 2,000 by 1 by 2, 2,000 1 by 2 square. So go to அதில் வந்து -4,000 rupees present value. The best case scenario is what is 70%. 70 21,000 divided by 0.2 percentage. The best case best top 8,000 போட்டு 0.2 போட்டோம்னா we get 6,000 rupees profit in this because 20,000 invested they get a return of 6,000. If the cash flow is perfectly independent, the low cash flow is the first year, which is mean low cash flow every year. This possibility worst case scenario occurs 2,000 net cash flow is 1 to 10 20%. Okay. Sharksy Limited as a project has a following cash flow in the year. So zero out for 72 lakhs. First year 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 70 lakhs. Total cash flow is we getting is 100 lakhs. So in the above the cash flows, above expected price, above the recognizing inflation, the firm cost of capital is 10 percentage. The expected annual return of and rate of inflation is 5 percentage. So the variable of the project is even present value of the future is 10 percentage, 1 to 3%, 0.1. So here is the cash flow of the adjusted inflation alternative that is zero point 0.9 le 1.5, zero point 0.9 1.5 the whole square, 0.7 1.05 the whole cube. போட்டோம்னா this is the alternated present value. So nominal cash flows எவ்வளவு 0.30 into 0.6, 0.40 into 0.78, 0.30 into இது போட்டோம்னா will get the present cash flow. Cash inflow எவ்வளவு 75, cash outflow எவ்வளவு 72, and present value 3%. The proposal accepted. Then a Jumble Consulting Group is determining the relative utility of cash flow of a forthcoming project, the client company. Cash flows as under, and utility is a project A and project B. cash flows and the zero and the income. Okay. Utilities and the cash distribution cash flow project alone. Cash flow is 15 lakhs, 10,000, 15,000, 10,000 probability. Project A 10,000 minus 14,000 probability. This project is selected and why 9 marks. Evaluating the project utility A and B. Cash flow 15, 10, 15, 10, 5. 15, 10, 15, 10, 5 and 5. Probability is 0.1, 15, 10, 0.2345. 0.2345. And the utility is 163, 100 minus 60 more, and this is 40, 30, 20. Utility value is on the probability is 10 percentage, 12 percentage, 4, 16 percentage, 6 percentage, 2 percentage. Totally 2 percentage. Cash flow probability utility bottom now. Same utility 40, 10 minus 10 minus 6 minus 3 I think in 10 போட்டாச்சு and இங்க வந்து 10,000 4,000 15,000 probability utility வந்து 100 100 60 40 22 இங்க 60 minus 3 40 20 30 okay and utility போட்டோம்னா we'll get 17.6 project should be selected as the expected utility is more or utility. Yeah, so minus 10 point 10 minus 60 and then 4,000 15 minus 3 then 15,000 40 5,000 20,000 10 10,000 30 correct இந்த யூட்டிலிட்டிக்கு we voted this good super thank you